My narcissistic mother hits on all of my boyfriends because she thinks I don't deserve to have them. I'm Emma, I'm 24, and I've been dealing with this nightmare for the past 6 years. Every single guy I've brought home has gotten the full treatment from my mother. The lingering hugs, the inappropriate comments about how handsome they are, the way she suddenly needs to wear her tightest dresses whenever they come over. But 3 months ago, I finally decided to do something about it. I was tired of watching potential relationships crumble because my mother couldn't handle the fact that someone might actually want to be with me instead of her. So I came up with a plan that was either brilliant or completely insane. I was going to introduce her to a fake boyfriend. The whole thing started with my most recent ex, Tyler. He was this sweet, genuine guy who worked as a teacher at the elementary school near my apartment. We'd been dating for about 4 months when I finally worked up the courage to bring him home for Sunday dinner. My mother, Patricia, was 52 and still absolutely stunning. She'd been a model in her 20s and never let anyone forget it. Even now, she spent 3 hours every morning on her hair and makeup routine, worked out with a personal trainer 5 days a week, and had a closet full of clothes that cost more than most people's rent. The moment Tyler walked through the door, I could see the calculation in her eyes. "Oh my goodness, Emma, you didn't tell me how handsome he was," she said, pulling Tyler into a hug that lasted way too long. "I can see why you're so smitten." During dinner, she peppered him with questions about his job, his hobbies, his family, normal getting to know you stuff, except for the way she kept touching his arm and laughing at everything he said like it was the funniest thing she'd ever heard. "You know, Emma never brings anyone home," she told him while I was in the kitchen getting dessert. I was starting to worry she'd never find someone good enough for her. When I came back with the pie, Tyler looked uncomfortable and my mother was practically glowing. After he left, she cornered me in the hallway. "He seems nice." "Honey," she said in that tone that meant she was about to say something cutting. "Maybe a little simple for you, though. I mean, elementary school teacher? You could probably do better." This was her pattern. First, she'd flirt with them to test whether they'd respond to her attention. Then she'd plant seeds of doubt in my head about whether they were good enough for me. Meanwhile, she'd start texting them directly, finding excuses to invite them over when I wasn't around. It had worked with my last 3 boyfriends. They'd all ended up confused and overwhelmed by the weird dynamic with my mother, and eventually they'd just fade away rather than deal with it. But Tyler was different. He actually told me what was happening. "Your mom has been texting me," he said 2 weeks after the dinner. We were sitting in his living room and he looked genuinely troubled. "What kind of texts?" He showed me his phone. Messages from my mother asking about his weekend plans, telling him about yoga classes he might enjoy, suggesting they grab coffee sometime to talk about Emma's happiness. "She says she wants to make sure I'm treating you right," Tyler said. "But some of these messages feel weird." I scrolled through them, my stomach sinking. She was being subtle, but I could see exactly what she was doing. Creating a private communication channel, positioning herself as the concerned mother who just wanted what was best for me. "I don't want to cause problems between you and your family," Tyler said. "But this feels inappropriate." "It is inappropriate," I said. "And I'm so sorry. This is exactly why I don't usually introduce guys to her." "Has this happened before?" "Every single time." Tyler was quiet for a long moment. "Emma, that's not normal. You know that, right?" I did know that. I'd known it for years. But knowing something is wrong and being able to fix it are 2 completely different things. 3 days later, Tyler broke up with me. "I really care about you," he said. "But I can't handle your mother." The constant texts, the way she looks at me, the things she says about us. It's too much. I cried for hours after he left. Not just because I'd lost another good guy, but because I realized I was going to spend my entire life alone unless I figured out how to deal with my mother. That's when I came up with the fake boyfriend plan. I needed someone who could handle my mother's manipulation tactics, someone who wouldn't be flattered or intimidated by her attention, someone who could give her a taste of her own medicine without getting emotionally involved. The problem